Leo, hi, this is your May 2025 reading and what to expect. Please leave what doesn't resonate and take what does. So you came up in the energy of the Hanged Man in the middle of your spread. So you've been looking at things through a different perspective lately. There's been a pause, a surrender for this specific Leo, letting go and getting more new perspectives on things, like an enlightenment period, I sense, like a spiritual awakening with like deep insights coming through at this time for you. And there are some things that this particular Leo is concerned about, which has to do with family, I sense, with judgment in the reverse there. It has to do with maybe feeling like you have to carry the burden. You're like missing the call because there's a lot of people pleasing, I want to say. There's a lot of you'd rather choose a certain path, but then there's something about the family that you're thinking may not be prepared for if you were to go this route. Okay, so there's a lot of low energy. There's a cleansing that you're needing, Leo. Please book a session. I do healings via Zoom as well as in person and in person. But you're wanting some time alone to recharge and retreat. So yes, if you are on vacation with your family and you took time out for them, but do something for you, right? Because I feel like there's this feeling of contentment with the Ten of Cups here in the present isle. You're wanting to keep the peace with things, right? This is, Ten of Cups to me is a bit of a cookie cutter life existence. Like you're just trying to have everything in order so that it looks great on the outside, but deeply inside, you're really like, there's a lack of self-care. And I feel, there's like a transformation that is going to continue to occur for you. And even if it's in little bits, like little things happening in your life, that's going to force you to let go of this, feeling comfortable, feeling stable, like everything's in order and we're happy here. This is good. This is what people do, right? Like, no, I feel like this is with the Hanged Man, like there's the energy of a holding pattern. Right? There's a security, like you're trying to stay secure at all costs, but then there's a part of you that knows that you want to take a leap of faith into something. So, don't procrastinate on that leap of faith, right? If you feel like you're ready to do this, because if you start, you're going to be able to really call in the help, call in the right clients, especially two. You're going to get two right away. If you start this. If you start this as soon as possible, really, the time is now. That's what I'm hearing. So if you're not seeing things clearly, I think this is going to shift for you in the next few months. Okay. Like you're trying to balance, you're trying to flow, but then there's a juggling act. There's a feeling of uncertainty that's here that I feel with the Queen of Swords in the future isle in the reverse. I feel like you get overly emotional and maybe you get easily influenced. Maybe your parents, your mother, your father has some say in this, and it's like, I don't know, it's making you feel like it's too chaotic, right? But there's a crossroad coming. There's going to be a choice between two people or two paths, right? Two ways, like 4:14 on the clock as I said that. And I think there's something even deeper that is meant to happen for you, like especially spiritually. If you haven't been doing some inner spiritual work like you maybe used to do when you were younger or when you had time, I feel like you've maybe fallen off that path, and you want to do something with this. There's like you've been so focused so much on worldly possessions and material gains, and it's like you're in this rat race. You're maintaining these old habits that no longer serves you, Leo. Some of you could be fantasy, escapism, addictions, that's not allowing you to trust your middle eye, right? Not allowing you to see things clearly. So it's just a form of distraction from whatever self-doubt, you know, people pleasing. You're just kind of numbing. Like there's a need to clear your mind, and I'm happy to support you with this, Leo, because you are stepping up. You know, in the future, you got 9 of Wands. In the next 9 weeks moving forward, you're going to be persistent. You're going to have the courage to really be resilient on this new path that you see that's going to lead to contemplation of this new decision, this crossroad that's going to come if it's not already here, right? So I feel really good about it. I feel like you are at least in harmony. If you have a partner, a family member, a lover, a business partner, whatever this is, this person, like you're in a very blissful relationship in that sense. But I feel, you know, there's like getting into your spiritual higher calling. You know, whatever you're doing next is part of your light work on this planet. And it's going to take you out of your comfort zone for a while. You know, there's been some resistance. There's some fear of the new. That happens in the Matrix, right? That happens when we are depending on one thing to create and to make money from, right? Like we do get stagnant. We are supposed to reinvent. Our soul longs to expand consistently. So I think like there could be fear of the new, that you're clinging on to old ways or a situation, and it hasn't brought you any new tender connections, Leo. I think you're such a social butterfly, and you love people, right? That's why you're in the business. You're in the service of serving humanity and whatever it is that you do. But you're going to attract more higher level, more aligned, tender connections, and do partnerships with people who really see you for who you are, right? Who are on the same frequency as you. And this is in the future, Al. So the thing is, with the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse in the future here, I want to clarify that for you. You could feel a little disorganized. Maybe you're having a team meeting and you're not in cahoots with whatever's going on. Maybe there's a misalignment there, and you're seeing it. This is gonna persist in the next 3 months until you take action on these things. And you could be procrastinating, you know, putting this off. And it's just a habit. Like we all procrastinate at some point. We got to get over it, right? Like you're really good at management, like with strategies that way. But I feel with the 3 of Pentacles, clarifying this, you got the 2 of Bats, and this has to do with you don't want to jump prematurely into action just yet, without like seeing and considering all of the, you know, you're getting your ducks in a row almost. There's you want to make this decision with integrity and really take a conscious evaluation. And I feel like there's an anxious hesitancy to you, and you're resisting. That just came up again, the word resisting. So it's okay to pull back and observe and reflect before you take action. That's definitely what your spirit guides are wanting you to know. But there is a test of faith, okay? And if you, whatever it is that you're wanting to create next in your life, Leo, it's going to be prosperous. You're going to be independently successful, and you're doing this you know, with integrity and your consistent effort, and everything you put into this day is all going to pay off moving forward. So let's end your reading and let's do an advice card for you, Leo. Let's pull from 2 of my astrology decks for Leo for May. Fixed, right? You got the fix. So this has to do with stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependability. It's like there's a steady force that you've established, and as a fixed sign, that's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, right? It kind of knows where it's going as long as it's persistent. and it feels solid, and the energy is, energy needs to feel loyal to, that could be to your detriment though, with the people pleasing and the judgment card in the reverse. So like, I feel like until you find your rhythm, and you're going to feel secure within yourself, then you're going to be able to establish and flow into your new chapter with clarification of your intentions. That's what I sense. And you're going to remain patient with the process of becoming who you are. You're going to love it. It's like radical conviction. You know, that's what, well, it's trusting that even which seems like things seem chaotic right now or wrong, it's going to weave you into the new story of becoming like this almost courageous warrior, spiritual warrior. Like, I'm going to release control, right? And you're going to show up for yourself in a grounded way with integrity, and you know deep inside there in your heart space, you know your soul is guiding you to where you want to be next, and you're gonna remember that the universe deeply loves and cares for you, and you will be carried by your angels on this journey if you are unwavering in your faith. Those are the words that I feel guided to tell you, Leo. I hope this was helpful.